Right, Antoine, thanks for coming on, mate.
Yes.
I appreciate the time.
Anytime, man. Anytime. I feel welcomed.
Um,
Feel welcomed
Listen,
already.
a bit of context. So obviously you play for Bournemouth, as we can see by your jumper, and I'm sure everyone knows.
Yeah.
But obviously, how we know each other, we played football together when we were younger.
Yeah.
But since then, you've played for like numerous clubs throughout many leagues, which
Yeah.
we'll get onto all that eventually.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
wanted to start with the present day. So what? Obviously, you're at Bournemouth. How's the season been so far?
Yeah, it's been a tough season so far. I mean, the first couple of games lost, and when you lose games, the squad dynamic is a little bit low. But obviously, of recent we've been winning games, and obviously, a new coach coming in, it's always tough on him. It's always hard. So like he needs to see players in certain positions and how he wants to play. So like his tactics have started to gel really well as of recently. But yeah, it's been tough. But then it's also got a plus side too. So yeah, I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Obviously, you got 3 goals and 1 assist. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, you are right
Yeah.
in saying that. You are.
16th in the league. So listen, you're out of relegation at the moment, and you're starting. I see you got a goal on the weekend.
Yeah, got a little
So
cheeky one.
yeah, little cheeky one. Yeah, what was it? Are you
Yeah.
right-footed, by the way, or are you left-footed?
Oh dear, I am right-footed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I am
Because
right-footed.
I see you. I don't know. There's a few times where I'm thinking you can use both, and you've gone with the left. But
You know what it is, yeah. I am right-footed, but I can use my left really well. So like it's kind of it's a bonus for me when you think about it. Not many players know if I'm right-footed or left-footed. So
yeah,
it's
cool. So
it's a
maybe the defence
win-win.
don't either.
Literally, man, literally. But
Yeah, exactly.
I am right-footed though. I am
Cool.
right-footed.
So obviously you've been 3 goals, 1 assist. So they're starting to stack up a little bit, which is good
Yeah,
personally.
yeah,
One thing I wanted to touch on though is obviously, like you said, new manager in Iraola, come
yeah,
from La Liga.
yeah,
So that's obviously the Spanish league. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. How have you found his? Obviously, what's he like as a bloke first of all, and what's his style of football like? How have you found that?
First of all, he's a good guy. You know what? Very good guy. He's obviously new to the country and doesn't like the cold. Just the little things. That's like it's funny, but he's down to earth. But tactically, he's a very high demanding pressing kind of manager. He wants to press no matter who we're playing against. So I mean, you got to work hard from pre-season leading up to now. You got to make sure you're fit enough because it's like whenever we start a game, he's like, look, if you can only survive 45 minutes, just give your all in 45 minutes. If it's 60 minutes, give your all in 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and etc. So it's like he's just very high demanding, and you can see what he wants to do, and it's working. It's working slowly but surely. It's obviously taken a bit of time. Had quite a lot of tough teams in the top 6, top 10. So yeah, it's been hard, but it's gelling really well, and I think it's his style of playing is really good.
Yeah, that's interesting. So he don't want you to sort of like hold anything back and like sort of get
No,
through the 90 and pace yourself as some players
no,
might do. He sort of
yeah.
give everything you got. And listen, if you're tired, it don't even matter. We'll just bring someone else on.
Yeah, literally full throttle. Like he always says to me, look, just get through 70 minutes. That's all you can do for me. 70 minutes. Just make sure you're going at 100%. He doesn't like when players are like 60, 70, like you said, pacing themselves through the game. He wants everything 100%. So if it is 45 minutes you can last for, you've given it all in 45 minutes. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. And in terms of how he's worked with you, is it more like, so obviously you've been playing on the wing more with him.
Yeah, yeah, I've been playing on the wing.
So what's in terms of like what are the demands he puts on you as a winger? Because are you more
Well,
of a winger or a striker? Would you say?
I mean, if you're talking preference, I mean, I would like to think I'm a striker, but obviously the bonus is being able to play on the wings as well.
Of course.
So I mean, I had to look at that as an advantage. But I mean, he hasn't really said anything personally to me, but I think it's more so as a team as a whole, making sure everyone's on the same wavelength in terms of pressing, because that's his number one thing. If you're not pressing, everything just breaks down. So as a winger, obviously you have to be up and down, do what you can, because you get some fullbacks who are more defensive who chill at the back, and you get more that are up and down as well. So like, yeah, it's just working hard for the team. That's what he wants at the end of the day. If you
High
work
energy.
hard, that's his number one thing. Yeah, high energy. Honestly, it's tough. It's not easy, but you get your head around it eventually. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's been tough.
sounds it, and it sounds like one of them that, especially the first maybe like few days, first weeks, it'll be like a proper shock to the system, and then once you get in a rhythm, you can start building up and getting used to
like
it.
literally in the preseason, I was injured. I had a shin injury at the time, but like watching the guys pressing us, I'm thinking, oh, this is not looking easy.
My shin's hurting.
Yeah, my shin is throbbing. Like, I'm not sure, but yeah, you know, you can see what he wants to do, and he's not gonna back down no matter who we play against, whether it's top or the bottom. So yeah, it's good.
And we're joking about it there, but it's also good to like, it's a good feeling knowing you've come off the pitch working hard and you've put a real like good shift in it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you're working for the team essentially at the end of the day. So if you can do whatever you can in 45 minutes and it's enough for the team, then perfect. That's what he cares about, and obviously winning as well. So
yeah, nice, mate. Well, listen, I want to touch on when you first joined Bournemouth. Yeah, so I think you signed around 10 million from Bristol.
Yes,
Bristol City.
Correct. Yeah,
and obviously Bournemouth was the first and only team you've played in the Premier League with.
Yeah.
So what was that like? What was when you first heard about it? What was your thoughts, and how did you hear about it?
you know what? It was through my agent actually. He was obviously telling me that they're on the radar. So I mean, at the time, I just started picking up form at Bristol. I wasn't playing at the time, and I started picking up form. So it was a thing where I just continue playing well, keep that form up, score as many goals as I can, and I mean, if I'm doing well enough, they'll come in and bid for me. So I wasn't really too focused on what was going on the outside. I was more so just focusing on getting form again, scoring goals, and you know, doing what I can for the team. So yeah, obviously, agent mentioned it to me, and obviously, it's great to hear. It's flattering, but at the end of the day, it's like you have to make sure you're doing your job with the current team you're playing for. So that's where my head was at, really. But it was nice to hear, of course.
Yeah. So when you first heard about it, obviously, you said you just focused on the games at hand, which is obviously the right thing to do. Keep your focus single-minded. And from there, how long after was it that you actually ended up signing? Because you signed in Jan 23, wasn't it?
Yeah. Jan 23 is like the back end of the transfer window. It's like 26th. Yeah. And then the 26th. So like throughout that month, it was like obviously the speculation was more, a bid's gonna happen, this and that. But it was like I just need to keep focused. I can't have my focus directed elsewhere. I just need to make sure I'm doing what I can. Because I mean, at the end of the day, my teammates are relying on me to score, try to do whatever I can for the team, work hard. So I was like, you know what, it's great to hear, it's fantastic, but I need to stay focused. So as it got deeper and deeper into the window, I knew that something was going to happen, but still, I was still focused on the job was at hand.
Yeah. And when it did happen, obviously, what was your once it was all over the line? What was your first thoughts and feelings? It must be a good, obviously, you've worked your whole life to get to play in the Premier League. It's a big dream for loads of kids. Yeah,
you know what? It was so surreal. Like I remember signing the contract in the hotel, and I was thinking, "Oh my god! Like this is really happening." Like everything just happened so fast after that moment. So from signing, had to go back to Bristol, get some clothes, go to Bournemouth, sign everything there, take pictures, and even during the pictures, it just felt so surreal. But yeah, like that's one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life, if I'm honest.
Yeah, mate, I can bet it is, and buzzing for it, really.
I appreciate it, man.
And then, like you said, it happened so quick. It's probably even a bit of a blur, I imagine. But a week later, you're making your debut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything happened so fast. Literally happened so fast. From signing, literally next day, pictures, whatever. And then the next day after that, straight into training. So it's just like you're straight into it. Bang! There's no messing about. Yeah, you're straight into the mix. So obviously, I had to get used to my teammates a little bit. I had a few friends that were there at the time. Well, at the time they're on loan, and obviously one's left. But yeah, they warmed me up to the group, and yeah, it was nice, man. And then made my debut that end of the week. So
full 90 against Brighton, wasn't it?
Yeah, full 90. I tell you what, that was it was one hell of a game. Like they were, that's the hardest team to, like one of the hardest teams to play against. But you know, you got to embrace those experiences.
Yeah. So when did you found out? I'm guessing, was it the day before you found out you were in the team?
Yeah, I found out the day before, and when I found out, I remember I got back to the hotel and I was thinking, oh my god, like, I'm gonna play a first Premier League game. And I was like, you know what? I was nervous, But I was like, you know what, this is what I've been working for. At the end of the day, like I'm ready for this. Like let's just take on the challenge, whether it's tough, whether it's easy. Just make sure you do what you can. So yeah, man, it was crazy.
Whatever happens, let it be, innit?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, exactly, literally that.
And so I suppose it can sometimes be a bit worse as well, that you had the day to almost think about it, the night to.
Yeah, literally. I think we travelled, and I was in the hotel, and I was thinking, oh my god, like I'm in the hotel, I'm looking out the window, thinking, oh my god, that I'm making my debut in the Premier League. Like I've always prayed for this. I've always prayed for this moment, but as it was getting closer, I was just getting so nervous. Like in the warm up, I remember I was sweating so much. I was panicking on the ball and the possession. I was thinking, like just relax. And a lot of the guys called me down. To be fair, they were just like, look, just be yourself. Just do what you can. Like there's no pressure. Like so, yeah, man. Just went into the game, guns blazing, really.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And was you surprised by sort of the level or the atmosphere or anything during that game at all?
Yeah, the level. The level is crazy. Like just the week before, I was playing against Swansea away. It was a tough game, long balls, and then now I'm playing against Lewis Dunk. He's popping the ball around me. I'm thinking, this transition is not easy. But like, if you're talking level wise, like the quality of the Premier League is insane.
Yeah,
like, everyone is technically gifted. Everyone's athletic, so it's like, yeah, you're right in the mix of it.
That's why the 1% makes such a big difference, isn't it?
Literally.
Every single person is at that top level.
Yeah, no, literally.
And you had a little chance as well, didn't you, that game?
Oh yeah, no, that chance. You know what? I look back at it to this day. You know, it's like sometimes I'm like, what do I think I could have done differently in that situation? But I don't think I would have done anything differently. I think I would have changed where I shot. That was the only thing. But everything else was perfect.
It's stupid. You got the block, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know how you got there. But you know, that's what I'm saying. Defenders in the league are athletic. Like you're thinking your throw and goal can be composed, but then at the same time, you got someone just as quick as you is tracking you down. So you have to make those decisions really quickly. Like you can't take your time. Like 2 seconds will go. They've taken the ball down on counter attack. So yeah, you have to be quick.
What was I suppose was the atmosphere a bit of a? It probably wouldn't have been, would it? Like in terms of was it a change between the champ and?
I don't think so. It wasn't a massive change, to be fair. I mean, they were ball dominant, so like obviously cheering and getting excited when skills are done. But I wouldn't say anything massive, if I'm honest.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Obviously that season, your manager at the time was Gary O'Neill.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and you were fighting relegation, sort of. How was that run from say February to May? Like the atmosphere in the training ground, really. What was the experience like? You've been thrown in a Premier League club and you're fighting relegation straight away. Yeah,
I think you know what. Before I signed, that's what a lot of people are saying. Like you're going to a team that's going to get relegated, this and that. But in my heart, I felt like it was right. First of all, but. Yeah. I've never experienced anything like this until obviously I joined, and it was tough. It was not easy. Every game was almost like a scrap and just fighting for everything. And I felt like that's the time where I felt most cohesive with the team. Like the cohesion was crazy. Everyone was together. Like no matter how the results were going, everyone was together. We're fighting for each other. And points were crucial at the end of the day. Points were crucial. So a draw against any team in the top 6 or whatever it was so important for us. So yeah, it was a tough period, but you know what, we came out strong, all of us. So yeah, I'm grateful for that experience.
Yeah, mate, and it just like I said, to come out and get the outcome you wanted must be a good feeling. And like you said, the team sort of gets closer together when you're all fighting for it. And you've really been thrown in the deep end, didn't you?
Oh, dear. It was tough. It was hard. There were some weeks where we were losing and we were thinking, as teams are chasing us, leads are chasing us. So it's just like every week was important. Attention to detail with everything in training leading up to the game. We had to make sure we were on point. So, yeah, like I said, points were crucial.
Yeah, mate, 100%. We'll go slightly off topic. One thing I did want to ask actually is with when you first signed for Bournemouth, did you have an initiation song?
You know what? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
If you would have done that on if you would have done it's normally the first away trip, isn't it? But that would have been your debut.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
that's not what you need.
Do you know what? That night in the hotel, I was obviously nervous about the game, but I think I was most nervous about singing. And I was in the hotel thinking, oh, I'm messaging a few of the guys like, oh, do I have to sing? And they're teasing me, saying like, yeah, you have to sing. I'm like, oh, so I'm practicing. Get to dinner, no one said a thing. So like, I'm eating my dinner quick, thinking like, I've got to eat this and just get out of it. No one said anything. So I'm just like, oh, I'm panicking for no reason. But yeah, no, I didn't do anything.
You got away with it, mate. That is, it's nervous times, isn't it? I'm telling you, that it shows you like a Premier League debut, and you're thinking about the.
I'm telling you, it's any footballer can tell you that is one of the most nervous things about signing for a new team and an away day. I'm telling you, it is not easy. You'd be sitting in the room thinking, oh, what song should I sing? Should I be safe? Should I do this? Should I do that? Different genre? But yeah, every footballer knows. Oh, what was I going to say? I was going to sing How Do I Breathe by Mario. Safety. Safe. It's so safe. I know that song off
Mario is safe, isn't he?
But it was only right. That was the only song I could sing. I couldn't sing anything else.
Yeah, I don't blame you, mate.
No.
Right, listen, I'll take it back now a bit. Okay. So obviously I think when we played together we was like probably 10 or 11, maybe not around that time.
Yeah, 10 or 11. Yeah. Oh man. I'm telling you, that was enjoyment. That was such a good time. Honestly, I love football. Like I love football so much, but that time was just everything. Honestly,
it was great, wasn't it? Just stress free with your mates. Like it was top.
Like honestly, it was top. It was top. Everyone was so good. We're winning games. Like it's just unbelievable, to be honest. Like I look back at those moments, I'm thinking like, damn, if I could relive it just once, I'll go back again and relive those moments.
Oh mate, 100%. I think that's common among a lot of people. They all love
110%. Honestly, we used to win games like that was easy. Like we never ever lost. Never.
No, we didn't, did we?
in that red kit and my bulky shin pads and man, that was good. There's some serious good times, man. I'm telling you.
That was red and black as well, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, red and black. Oh man, what a time. But
listen, I've brought that up because am I right in saying you didn't come through any academy system?
No,
so you didn't come through any academy system, and yet you've played in the top 4 leagues in English football: League One, League Two, Champ, and the Prem. And you even had a spell in non-league as well. Yeah. So how's that happened? How is it? How have you gone from playing? I mean, so from the age of like 11 to, let's say, 15, who were you playing for? Where were you playing?
Okay, so from 11 to 15, I was at Kingfisher, Bromley, Erith, and Belvedere. That's just like Sunday league setup, really.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends played for teams that were local and that were just like, just come along, train with us. And, you know, I love football, so I'd go anywhere for football, literally. So every Sunday I'd play for one of those teams and, you know, just ball out, just do what I can, score some goals, push people around, just the usual. Just, I love the game. I love the game of football. So, I mean, there came a time where school was coming, GCSEs was coming. So I had to make sure that I knew what I was doing. I was trying out a couple of clubs and it wasn't happening. So I remember my last team I went on trial for was Palace. It was actually Palace.
Yeah.
And I thought I was doing well. It's like 6 months with them. I was thinking like, I've got to get signed. Like, this is a new chapter. And I remember I got released. And that day, I don't think I've ever felt so heartbroken. Like, I cried in the car to my dad. I was just like, I don't want to play football anymore. So literally that whole year 11, just focused in school.
So that was year 11, was it?
Yeah, year 11.
Yeah.
I stopped playing for the year. I think year 10 just finished and I was going into year 11. I didn't play any football, just like school football, PE and stuff. But I didn't take it seriously. Didn't play for a club, nothing.
No way. And so year 11, you're probably, how old is that? 15, I'm guessing?
15, 16, yeah.
Yeah, and you're not playing football. You've just been like, let go by Palace.
Yeah.
So what point did you decide to get back into football then?
Obviously school finished and my uncle actually said to me there was an open trial happening at Bishop Abbey. So he was like, look, just come down, see how you do. Like, no pressure. Like, you might get the love for football again. So I was like, you know what, let me go. and obviously went to the trial, done really well. Like, I didn't think I still had all the ability that I had. I was quite chubby, if I'm honest, but yeah, done really well. Yeah, I put on a lot of weight. I was quite chubby. I was really unfit, but I was
Really,
lucky. I was good. I was lucky. I was good on the ball. No one could take the ball from me, so I was pretty lucky in that sense. But done really well. And the coach that hosted the trial said that he has an academy set up in Swindon. So he was like, "Look, if you're up for it, move to Swindon. Come to Swindon, do college there. We have a college set up. We'll play against teams every week. Like, put yourself out there in the window, kind of thing." So I was like, you know what? It's time for a change of scenery. So it's like literally just went off the radar. Just moved to Swindon. No one knew. Literally nobody knew. Yeah.
what a decision.
Yeah, honestly, it's to this day. I don't know why I made that decision, but it's like if I really wanted a shot, that was the time. That was the time to take that shot. So I was like, you know what? Just take it. Just go and just see how it goes. Like, there was no pressure. There was no nothing. It was just see what happens.
That's it. There's no pressure. So if it don't work out, you're just back to where you was anyway.
Yeah, literally that.
So what? How did you progress from there then? What was
So had 2 seasons there. So obviously I was attending college, the school, making sure I got my BTEC and stuff done. So that was obviously good on the educational side. But playing every week, playing every Wednesday, playing every Saturday. We're playing against a lot of teams that are in the local area. And I started getting fit again. So obviously picking up fitness, I'm thinking like, you know what? I actually believe I have a chance. So playing against teams, I'm scoring every week. I'm scoring 5 goals here, 3 goals there. And I'm enjoying my football again. And the coach that brought me to Swindon moved to Bristol. So I was playing with Swindon College midweek, and then I was playing with the Bristol College on the weekends. So I was just going back and forth. The coach would come to Swindon, pick me up, take me to Bristol, drop me back. So like, I'm thankful for him, if I'm honest. But yeah, I was just going back and forth. And then eventually he said, look, you know what? You may as well just come and play with us full time. So I was still attending college in Swindon, but I was playing all my games with Bristol. Like, it was really weird. I don't know how. Yeah. Not the academy, just the college.
Oh, okay.
Just the college, just the college. So I was going back and forth, and it was tiring. It was hard. Like, there were some days I'm getting back at 5, 6, and I've got to do work and I've got to do this, but I had to find a balance if I wanted to make it. I had to find a balance. I had no choice.
Yeah, and it sounds like at that time you you started in your head thinking, right, I've got a bit of momentum here. Like I can see a path opening up now, so that's a bit more motivation to stick with it.
Yeah, literally, like the coach was banging on at me, just keep scoring, just keep working hard, make sure you're keeping on top of your work, but make sure when you're on the pitch you're performing. He just gave me words of wisdom every time I was down, I was struggling. And yeah, to this day, like, I still speak to him most days, just catching up, you know. It's nice. His name is David Hockaday. Maybe a few people know him, but I don't think too many would. But he was the reason why I'm here to this day, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
so from Bristol College, is that how you got picked up by Bristol City?
Yeah, so every year at the Bristol College, I was there for 2 years. They done tournaments against academy teams, Oxford, Bristol, teams from France, like every year. So that year leading up to the games, he was just like, before those games started, he was like, look, you have a good chance of getting picked up. Like, I started picking up serious form. I was scoring in most of the games, and you could see like there was potential there. So it was like, look, this game's not just for you, it's obviously for everyone, to put everyone in the shop window, but like, you've got a good chance. Like, you've got a very good chance. You bully a lot of people. So it's time to show these academy guys that you can do the same thing. So played against Oxford, scored 2. Played against Bristol, scored 2. Got an assist in that game. Absolutely bullied them. I remember I remember after that game, they were sat down in the middle of the pitch in a circle, and the coach was just pointing one by one at every single one of them, cussing them out. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, and then we played against another French team. I can't remember what team it was, but we won that 2-0. I scored another 2. So it was like, I've done well against all of these teams. I put myself in the shop window. There was a lot of scouts there. So yeah, after that game was just like, I'd just been introduced to an agent as well. So it was like, yeah, everything just came so fast after that game. Literally a week. It was literally Birmingham calling, Palace called again,
Yeah.
Newport
They
called,
called
Bristol
back.
called. Yeah, they called back. They called
Yeah,
back. So
exactly.
yeah. So literally after those games, just had loads of calls from different clubs, and at the time, Bristol just made sense because I was already in Bristol.
Yeah.
So went on trial for 2 weeks. Scored in both the games, the trial games, and yeah, just have a look back from that moment.
Yeah,
Literally,
mate. So you had your chance, and obviously you took it,
yeah.
and it come at a good time. You had a lot of momentum, and then it seemed like when you signed for Bristol, that was just a turning point, wasn't it?
Yeah,
From
literally.
the outside, that's what it seems like. Obviously, I imagine there's more struggles along the way, but
Yeah,
from
no,
there,
of course.
you went on loan to Bath, was it?
Yeah,
Newport, Sunderland.
yeah.
So it seems like you then were starting to get some game time at these bigger clubs.
Yeah, so I mean, when I signed, it was just a matter of getting coaching, understanding what I had. Like that was one thing for me. I always wanted to dribble, push people off, but I needed to understand there was much more than just pushing people off. So playing well with the under 18, scoring goals, and I get pushed to 23s. When I get pushed to the 23s, it's a whole different level. You got guys who are bigger than you, stronger than you, so you have to be a lot more smarter. So it took a while for me to get to grips with coaching and understand what was going on and the purpose behind the coaching. So yeah, it took a while, but like I think it was like the second half of that year that I signed where everything just started clicking. Like
Yeah,
movement, this, that, playing off one touch, making sure I use my body well. And yeah, like at the end of that year, I ended up making my debut. So yeah, I went on loan to Bath as well that year. Done
and
well. Scored. I
yeah,
think I
yeah,
scored nine goals in 12 games or something like that. And then I made my debut at the end of that year. So yeah, that year happened just so. Everything happened so fast.
yeah.
But
Cool.
it's just once it clicked, that was it.
That's it. Yeah, and you don't look back, do you? That's
No,
it.
you literally don't. You literally
But
don't.
and it's to be fair, like the fact that you didn't have any academy, like almost you didn't come through any academy as a younger boy, was probably why maybe that it took you that first few months to sort of get used to this style of coaching and the other demands that it has.
Yeah, no, literally. Like there was a lot of things I didn't really understand. There was a lot of things, but yeah, it took a bit of time. And you know what? To be fair, the coaches gave me a chance. They gave me a bit of time just to understand what was going on, what is being told, what I'm being told, and just little things like that. So I'm so grateful for that, honestly.
Yeah, and then like you said, you went on loan, made your debut, and then you went on. I'm right in saying you went on loan to Newport, then Sunderland.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is that
I went on
that's
loan to
League Two and then
Newport.
League One,
Yeah, League Two, League One,
League Two,
League Two,
League One.
League
So
One.
how was it? How was it playing in them leagues?
Oh, League Two. Oh dear, it's a tough old league. I tell you, it's a tough old league. So I remember, it was like the first maybe 8 games. I didn't really play. Come on for like 10-minute cameos, and like, I weren't really doing well. And I was just finding it hard to just get to grips with what the league was like. But then it was just like guys in the team helping me. Like, look, it's gonna take you some time to adjust, but once you adjust, it will become a lot more easier for you. So there was one game I came on against Cambridge. I came on last 10. I was having a stinker. I'll be honest. I was having an absolute howler. And then the ball fell out 97th minute, put in the bottom corner, celebrating last minute winner. And like literally from that point, the tables just turned and
And
just started picking up form, started to play well consistently. We were doing quite well in the league, to be fair. I think we were in the top half. I think we were in the top 6 at the time. And then FA Cup weekend comes, and we played against Leicester. Done really well in that game, getting shout outs from Marty Keown and all sorts, thinking,
yeah,
yeah, this kid's the one. And then boom, I get called back to Bristol. Like I think we played Man City that year, so I missed out on the Man City game. That was the next game after, and I missed
okay,
out on that. But yeah, Newport was it was unbelievable. I loved that loan. I loved that loan. Like,
yeah.
it was such a learning curve. I think that was a pivotal point for me in my career, if I'm honest. Very
The
pivotal.
Newport, yeah. Just for
Yeah,
how much you learn, how much you experience in that, and then obviously
yeah.
coming through it
Lit-
and picking up the form.
Literally everything. Honestly, like it's not going to be nice when you're chasing long balls. You're playing against defenders who just want to kick you, but you grow from that. You literally grow from
100%.
all those experiences.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And then you sort of just so you said you got called back, and then you did you? It seemed like you went out on loan pretty soon again after Sunderland.
Yeah, that was the next season. So
So you just
came back
hopped up
from
another league in the
just
next
hopped up another league, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, made my debut for Bristol, played a few games, but that didn't really turn out into anything. Next season came. I was hoping that I'll start playing a few games. I've done well in Bristol pre-season. I was thinking that, I've got a good chance this year. Played, I think, the first 7-8 games, didn't really do well. I found it hard. Didn't play until January, so that's when obviously Sunderland came about. So went to Sunderland, and that is far. I tell you what, it is far. Oh man,
you picked a proper team up north there, haven't you?
Yeah, I only really had Sunderland at that time, so it was just like it was either go to Sunderland, get some games, or you don't play at all. So I had to make that sacrifice. Yeah, no brainer.
Yeah, and then you come back from Sunderland, right? And it seemed like then you really established yourself in the Bristol team.
You know what? Yeah, it was like COVID year was obviously it was a tough period for everyone. Everyone's family. You can't really go out. You can't do nothing. But I chose that time to just train hard. I just trained hard every day, wherever I could get grass, pitch, concrete, whatever. I just made sure I trained so hard.
Yeah.
So every day, literally, until we got called back to Bristol, I was just making sure I was training, doing whatever I can, whether I was running, stuff on the ball, making sure I was eating right, literally everything you could think of. So leading up to that season, when we started in pre-season, I tell you what, I went there guns blazing.
Animal.
I was animal, literally fit, strong, ready to go kind of thing. So yeah, that year was, that was another turning point.
It's always a good like competition, healthy competition with the boys, isn't it, when you come back pre-season, because you're all thinking, right, I'm fighting fit, I've done my bits on the off season, I've done my work on holiday, and then you come back and it's like, right, I'm gonna prove to you that I've done you.
Yeah, and these times I've just been sent on loan to Sunderland. I didn't really play much there, so it's just like, I need to show that I can play in this championship team. I want to show I can prove that I'm worthy of wearing the shirt. So I made sure that I worked hard during pre-season, or the time that COVID happened, just make sure I worked hard. Come back, guns blazing, and that season was a good season, to be fair. We didn't do well if we're talking team-wise, but individually for myself, it was a good season for me.
Yeah, you didn't miss much games that season, did you? Was that the 2021?
Yeah, I played 50 games that year. I played literally every game, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but because I was literally I was in such good nick. So it was like every game I was ready to go, just making sure I recover right for most games. And that year was a good year for me personally.
Yeah, and then the next year you kicked on. You got did you get the Young Player of the Year for Bristol?
Yeah, Young Player of the Year. Yeah. At the end of that season,
Yeah. So that was obviously you kicked on again that year. I think the year after you got you got a Player of the Month in the Champ.
Yeah,
am I right in saying that?
Yeah,
So how was that season?
Oh, that season was, I say personally for me it was a great season, but the front three that consisted of me, Andy Vyman, and Chris Martin. I think that's one of the best front three. That's the best front three I've played with.
Really?
Like that year, everything was just flowing. We just knew everything was just clicking. There was a time during that season where I think I went 9 games assistant Andy Vyman in all those 9 games. It was crazy. It was honestly, it was insane. I don't even know what was going on, but everything just kept on dropping to him, and I was the one passing to him. So like that year, everything was just clicking. He just knew where I was going to be, I knew where he was going to be, and it just it's back and forth. And that year was crazy. One Player of the Month. That month was insane. Like I just remember scoring goals, pushing people everywhere. That month was crazy.
How did you find the level in the Champ? Like in terms of like, was it just in general? How did you find the level?
I mean, it's hard. Like championship
Does it vary?
is hard. But it varies. Yeah, it depends what team you're playing against. Like, don't get me wrong. Every team you play against in the Champ is tough. It's very, very tough. But I feel like once you adjust to the league, you kind of know. You kind of know where your positives are, your negatives are. You play against the teams that are going up to the Premier. You know it's going to be hard. Like you always know it's going to be hard. We played against Chef U, and I remember just running the whole game.
Chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, but then keeper punts the ball, I get the ball, knock it down the line, cross it, we score. So it was literally that. You just have to take your chances against the top teams. And when you play against the bottom half teams, you know it's going to be a rough game, it's going to be a tough game. So you just have to make sure you're clinical. So yeah, every game varied, like you said.
Yeah, mate. It does seem it's a tough league, innit? And I feel like I've ended up saying that for every single league, but they are. The English leagues are tough, man. They're just all in their own way.
Yeah, all in their own way.
It is mad. Listen, we'll go slightly off club football. I want to get on to, obviously you've played and play for Ghana international team.
Yeah.
I mean, after that amazing, like, crazy journey of being released at 16 from Palace, and I bet that's probably the furthest thing in your mind, playing for your country. But do you remember when you first got the call up, like when you first heard that you were going to play for your country?
Oh yeah, I remember that day. I think I just scored a brace against Fulham. That was in January, and I remember the manager called me, and he was just like, "Look, you're doing really well. Just keep working hard, and you'll get a call up in the summer. So just keep doing what you're doing." Yeah. And that season, like, don't get me wrong, that's obviously great to hear. But then my motto is just keep working hard, keep doing what you're doing. That's leading into the success. Just keep working hard. So I kept on working hard, kept on scoring, assisting, and then obviously I got that call from the manager saying that, look, we're gonna call you for these next games in the summer. And in my mind, I'm thinking, nah, like this can't be real. Like, this can't be real. I'm gonna be playing with Premier League players, guys that play in Europe. Like, this is gonna be crazy. Like, representing your country, I didn't think I'll ever make it this far.
It's something just sometimes not even on your radar, isn't it? You just think
honestly, I'm thinking stepping stones. Try to get maybe a top champ team or maybe a lower prem team or just something, just stepping stones like that. I wasn't looking at the international side of things because, to be fair, I wasn't on their radar. It wasn't on their radar as much.
Yeah, but it shows the formula you got is just block all that noise out and just keep focusing on what's in front of you.
Yeah, what I can control at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And you made your debut, 3-0 win, I believe, Madagascar.
Yeah, Madagascar. Yeah, that game was crazy. Like, came on, and it's like you have obviously the English crowds here. Everyone screams, shouts, but Africa is a lot different. Like, you got guys dancing, guys topless with painted Ghana flag on their skin. You got guys drumming. You got people sitting on the top of the stadium. It's actually crazy. Like, honestly,
do you remember it clearly, different. The day?
Yeah. I remember that day so clearly. I remember coming on, looking around, thinking my mum and dad were in the crowd. Like, I got a couple of my uncles and aunties out there as well. So, like, yeah, that moment,
sticks for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it sticks forever, honestly.
And then, sticking on the international topic, then after all of that, you get the call up for the World Cup squad.
Yeah,
saying that is like mental.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because, like, sometimes I talk with the guys and they're like, you know what? You're part of Messi's journey, winning the World Cup. You know, like, it's even it's crazy to say that. It's honestly crazy, but yeah, that leading up to the World Cup, I was injured just before. So after I made my debut, I was injured. I had a shin injury, so I was out for a while, and I knew that was coming. And I promise you, I've never been so driven to work hard. That time I was like, you know what, just do what I can. If I made that squad, fantastic. If I don't, you know what, I'm sure there'll be another opportunity in the near future. So I made sure I worked hard. And yeah, when I got that call, I was just like, my God, the World Cup, this can't be happening. I remember just sitting. It doesn't get any bigger. I remember just sitting in my room thinking, I'm going to the World Cup. I remember just a tear shredding down my eye. I was thinking, nah, this can't be happening. Like, I remember telling my mom, my dad, and like, honestly, it's one of the best things that's ever happened. You never dream, like, you dream of it as a kid. I want to go play in the World Cup, but when it's actually at your feet,
different.
It's second to none, honestly.
I'm buzzing for you, honestly, with that, and it's like fully deserved. So yeah,
man, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man.
In terms of the World Cup, obviously, what your group was, I think it was like Portugal, Greece.
No, Portugal, Uruguay,
Uruguay, that's the one.
Yeah, Portugal, Uruguay, and South Korea, I think it was. Yeah, South Korea. Yeah.
So obviously, some big players in some of them teams. Ronaldo, Portugal. Obviously, all the other stars they're littered with. But that whole World Cup? What was that? What was the whole World Cup experience like?
You know what? It was. I can't even describe it in one word or words, if I'm honest. Like, just arriving in Qatar was everything. Just World Cup banners. I'm thinking, like, even getting off the plane was just surreal. Getting to the hotel, you got camera crew there, you got people supporting you. You're representing the nation at the end of the day. It's 23 million people in Ghana. Like, I'm representing all of them. Like, it was honestly crazy. I remember getting off the plane, and I got off the plane, I was walking down, I was thinking, my God, I'm at the World Cup. What is going on? What have I done to get here then? Mate, what have I really done to get here?
I'm getting goosebumps, mate, listening.
honestly, like getting off the plane, get to the hotel, and then our first training session, like where we trained was close by to the stadium, and you could see all the lights, you saw the fireworks. I'm thinking, I can't wait for our game. Like, just training in itself, you had a few like teams around us. You had Australia here, Argentina here, and I'm thinking, like, nah, this can't be real. This can't be real. Honestly,
I'm training to compete against all these kids that you have looked up to when you were 10, 11, that are still playing, like World Cup winners.
Yeah, oh man, it's honestly mental. Like, I remember stepping into the first game the night before. I was just speaking to my brother. I was just like, bro, like, this is mad. You guys are about to watch me on TV at the World Cup, not a championship game, a World Cup game. And I just remember, obviously going to the game, like the lead up. As Ghanaians, we sing and praise before the game. So we're obviously drumming and singing, going into the stadium. I just remember just hundreds of cameras recording us. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is it. Like, this is it. This is where you want to be as a footballer. Like, not many people can say they've been to the World Cup. Not many people can say that.
No, so mate, to have that, like we said, it is the top bit of football. Like, you can't get any higher than that.
No, you can't.
Listen, another amazing experience, and hopefully you get to experience it again.
Hopefully, God willing, man. God willing, I'm hoping so.
Listen, and actually, I'll quickly touch on that. What was the level in the World Cup? Did that just step up another?
Yeah. I'm still playing championship at this time, so I'm thinking it's going to be like long balls, channel balls, fight ball. It is not any of that. I'm playing against the best of the best. Ronaldo, João Felix, Leao. These guys are picking up the balls in the pockets, and they are doing a madness. Honestly, I'm sitting on the bench thinking, oh my God, yeah, this is it. Like, everyone's bouncing the ball. Valverde's getting the ball in the half turn. You can't catch him. Son is getting it, whipping in the top corner. You're thinking, this is where you want to be. These are the players you want to play against. These are the players you look at on match of the day. You're thinking, like, one day I would love to play against them.
Yeah,
but they're there, your feet, and I'm thinking, I think I got the ball in a half turn. Paulinho for Fulham absolutely clamped me. I was thinking, this is welcome to the World Cup. That's what I said in my head. Welcome to the World Cup. This is where I want to be, but boy, I tell you what, it's not going to be as slow as how I half turn. I tell you, but yeah, I just remember getting clamped, and I was like, yeah, welcome to the World Cup. This is it.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
That's top. Listen, we'll leave that. We'll leave the Ghana chat for now. I just want to ask you quickly do you have any like short-term plans for the future in terms of, let's go this season? Do you have any sort of goals you've set yourself? Or again, you just take it game by game?
Do you know what it is, to be fair? I've only started this year, but before the season starts, I always write notes on what I want to achieve in the season. And I think for me, this year, I was hoping to get maybe 25 starts, 30 starts in the league. You know, that would be nice. Double digits in goals, maybe 8 to 10 goals. That would be good. So, like, it's only just those two goals, really, just to say I establish myself in the Premier League. You know what I mean?
Keep it simple.
So, just keep it short and simple. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. It doesn't have to be. So, yeah, just also making the
focus on one thing, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's no point listing 10 goals. There's no point. You just keep it realistic. Just keep it realistic.
Nice, mate. Any long-term goals, or do you sort of stay away from that?
Yeah, I kind of stay away from that. I stay away from that. If I'm honest, like I think a long-term goal for me is obviously, you know, able to prove my ability to play higher. So that's playing the Champions League, Europa League. You know, that's always going to be the goal. So I mean, I'm just taking it step by step. I'm enjoying my football right now. I don't need to think about the past. All I can control is now. So if I'm controlling now, I give myself the best chance to reach those goals of playing in the Champions League, Europa League, whatever it is. So,
yeah, sounds good, mate. Sounds good. I just want to do. Have you got time for some quick fire questions?
Of course, man.
Yeah. So I say quick fire. They can be as quick or as long as you want.
Okay.
But listen, there's about 10 here I've got. Okay. So the best player or the player who surprised you the most that you've trained with or played with. The best player you've played with.
Best player I've played with. I would say Mohamed Kudus, West Ham.
Yeah.
He honestly, he can literally. You know what? Yeah, it's obviously crazy to have this comparison, but he's like sometimes in training he'd be like Messi, and when I say that, it's like walk around, might not be involved in the game, and then he gets the ball and he just goes past 3-4 players and scores.
Yeah.
Like literally, honestly, literally, just like you see in the league like now, like what he's doing, but like what I see in training, just trying rainbow flicks, flip flaps, and he's getting past players. But yeah, he's definitely. I can definitely say he's one of the best players I've played with for sure.
Yeah, nice. And then very similar, best player you've come up against. So not on your team.
Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, that's a decent one to name.
Yeah, it's a half decent one today. But I tell you what, that guy has so much presence. It's ridiculous. Like a lot of people be like, oh yeah, he can't defend, he can't this. But then when you're in front of him, it's a whole different ball game. He's big, he's fast, he smells great, by the way, which is bad. It's even bad to say. It's even bad to say.
If he does, he does.
Listen, if he does, he does. But like overall, like he's very hard to play against. Very, very hard. Like you see, he reads you before you've even gone and done your skill or knocked it park. That he knows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely the hardest I've played against for sure.
Different level, innit?
Yeah.
I say hardest team, or just that you've come up against, or one you've just like really struggled against, whether that's as your team or individually.
Oh, Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was obviously thinking it would be an easy answer, but then I didn't know if there'd be like one that you just thought, wow, these are tough as well. But Man City, yeah.
I would say Man City and Bryan.
Yeah. Just for how they obviously thought about.
Oh my God! I tell you what, my debut when we played against them this year as well, they just pass the ball. They just irritate you. They've got players good 1v1. You're just, and then Man City, it just speaks to itself. To be honest, like the way they play is insane. You got Jeremy Doku on one wing, Bernardo Silva. You got Haaland. Like they've got so many players. Like, they're just
comes on, Foden comes on.
The subs. Oh dear. You've got all sorts of players coming off the bench. Honestly, long day. But yeah, I'll say Man City and Brighton for sure.
Yeah, cool. If you weren't a footballer, what would you be doing?
Oh dear, I don't even know. Probably would have gone to uni. Maybe gone to uni. Yeah, something sports related, I think for sure. But
sports related, yeah.
Sports related. Or like physiotherapy or something. Yeah, something like that. Maybe, coach. Maybe. I like to think I'm a little decent coach. You know what I mean?
Okay, idol growing up, football or non-football? Either or. If you had one.
Yeah. To be fair, I've got two. Didier Drogba was one of my. I would say that's my football idol. Didier Drogba. Yeah. He was always someone I loved watching when I was young. I was like, I want to be like him, Dad. I want to be like him. Gets on the ball, he's pushing people about. He can shoot with his left foot, shoot with his right foot, head, powerful. That was always someone I wanted to be like.
Had that arrogance and presence, didn't he?
Yeah, honestly, literally unbelievable. So yeah, I would say football-wise it was him, and I would say my mum and dad. My dad as well, other two. Obviously, growing up it's been tough, but they've always said to me, just you know what, just work hard. Just work hard, and you know whatever happens at the end of the day. Just control what you can control. So, I'll say them two. They've been a big part of my life, and I'm so grateful for them with everything they've done and had to sacrifice. So yeah.
Yes, love that, mate. Love that.
Yeah, man.
Best stadium you've played at, or loudest, if it's the same.
Anfield.
Anfield.
Yeah, Anfield. Etihad was, yeah, I mean, they were winning, so it weren't really like, yeah, they're so used to winning, so the crowd wasn't like how Anfield was. Like, they were losing when I scored, and they were losing. They were cheering more than when they scored. It was scary.
Mental.
Like, it's mental. I've scored. I've just done a backflip at the copper, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got them rattled. They're clapping and celebrating, like pushing on the team even more. I'm thinking, oh my god! And then we ended up losing 3-1, just like that. But yeah, I'd say Anfield. They were insane. They
Control the game, innit?
Yeah, like they're a big part of why they win games. You know, that's a massive part. Yeah.
Have you played at Palace? Oh wait.
What, tomorrow?
Tomorrow, obviously, yeah.
Tomorrow. I haven't yet, but
I reckon that answer could change. You know, that answer could change. Yeah.
Listen, I've heard good things about Selhurst Park, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think I could probably actually. Well, I don't know. Best moment in football. Got a couple big ones.
Well, I've got a couple big ones, but I think one that sticks out is signing my first pro contract.
Yeah,
like, World Cup, unbelievable.
Yeah,
playing in the Premier League, unbelievable. But that moment there's what's kicked on for all of these moments to happen.
Definitely.
Like I remember signing that contract. Looked at my mum and dad. I was thinking, I can't believe this is happening because I never thought I was going to play football again. If I'm honest. So like even when I talk about like every time I talk about it, like it always touches me a little bit because it's like if it wasn't for that moment, none of these moments would have happened. So I would always say when I first signed my pro contracts.
Yeah, nice, mate. Yeah, lovely, and it gives you the first bit of like, right, I can do this.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It gives you that sense of motivation, drivenness, everything. Honestly.
Yeah, nice, mate. Slightly off football, but your favourite artist or musician right now? Who's top of the Spotify?
I mean, you could probably guess it, but like Lil Baby's up there, Drake's up there, Chris Brown, a bit of Afrobeats, Asake, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido. Like it just varies. I have a lot of different playlists. It's not just one playlist. There's American, there's Afrobeats, there's French, there's Jamaican. Like there's a lot of gospel music as well as there. So like it varies, but I'd say like Lil Baby for sure.
Yeah, nice, mate. Quickest player at Bournemouth. Couple more.
Oh, quickest player. I like to think I'm the quickest player.
Oh yeah.
I like to think so, but we've got Danko Atara, Lloyd Kelly, Marcus Tavernier, Dom Solanke's probably gonna. I'm probably gonna knock him a little bit, but he's recorded the fastest time in the team at the moment. So
okay, he's one of them that don't look for cricket, but just somehow gets these quick times.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I make sure you tag him in this video. He's not the fastest in the team. He claims he's the fastest. He's not the fastest in this team. But I think I'll put myself.
Yeah.
First.
Okay. Cool. Last two. Okay. Big one. Okay. Ronaldo or Messi?
That's not a big one for me. It's Messi all the way.
Not a big one for me. I love that.
Nah, Messi straight. That man has. You see, he's won every single trophy. What sealed it was the World Cup.
Yeah, and even before that, for me, like it shouldn't have been a question really, but that's just cemented in everyone's eyes.
You know what? They're both goats. If I'm honest, if you're honestly speaking, they're both goats. But my preference is Messi. That is
same with me, mate. Same with me.
Right,
last one I've got for you.
Okay.
It's a two-parter actually, but best and worst dressed at Bournemouth.
Best.
Who comes in rascal club, but you just think like,
okay. I'm gonna go worst gear first. He's one of the older guys in the team, Adam Smith. I tell you what, his gear is honking. This video, listen, I don't even know. I actually don't even know. He says the brands all the time. I'm just like, what brand is this? Like, I'm just like, nah, this is not cutting it. This drip is not cutting it. He'll be wearing some shoes where he's got bubbles at the bottom. I'm thinking, like, bro, what is this? But I'd say Adam Smith worst gear, and their best gear. I'll say Dom Solanke.
Yeah, he's someone I thought I like the look of what he wears.
Yeah. Dom Solanke. There's a keeper on loan from Inter, Andre Radu.
Is he Italian?
Italian guy. Actually, no, he's Romanian. He's Romanian.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
But he can dress. I tell you what, I'll give it to him.
Yeah,
coming from Inter Milan, where they're sponsored by Amiri and all sorts. Yeah, he can dress. To be fair,
hey, anyone who's had a little spell in Italy, they all just learn how to dress, don't they?
Honestly, all of them do. Man, honestly.
Well, listen, Antoine, that's it, mate. I appreciate the time.
Honestly, I thank you for letting me come on, bro. Honestly, I've enjoyed it, bro.
No, listen, mate, it's been good to catch up, and to I bet it's been good to almost reflect with you as well.
Yeah, it's always nice to. It's always nice to once in a while.
Exactly, you got it every now and then. And good luck for the rest of the season. I'll be watching closely, and good luck tomorrow as well.
No, I appreciate it, man.
Palace tomorrow at the time of recording.
Listen. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. Can't wait.
No, I love that. Okay, mate. Well, I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon, my bro.
Yes, guys, thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, could you please follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel? It massively helps us out.